The Nakajima B5N was a Japanese carrier-based torpedo and level bomber used by the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. Known to the Allies by the reporting name Kate, it played a central role in Japan's early war naval air operations, including the attack on Pearl Harbor and the Battle of Midway. The B5N was a low-wing, all-metal monoplane with retractable landing gear, advanced features for its era. It combined long-range and good payload capacity, making it versatile for torpedo or level bombing missions. Despite limited defensive armament and no armor protection, its performance exceeded that of most contemporary Allied carrier bombers when introduced.
The Nakajima Ki-84 Hayate Gale was a late Second World War single-seat fighter aircraft operated by the Imperial Japanese Army Air Service. Designed for high performance and heavy armament, it was one of Japan's most formidable fighters, capable of meeting Allied types on nearly equal terms late in the war. Developed as the successor to the Ki-43 Hayabusa, the Ki-84 was built to combine agility with speed and power. It featured an all-metal airframe and a Nakajima Ha-45 18-cylinder radial engine that provided strong performance at medium and low altitudes. Its retractable landing gear and improved pilot protection reflected Japan's adaptation to evolving air combat demands. The Nakajima Ki-43 Hayabusa, Peregrine Falcon, was a single-engine, single-seat fighter aircraft used by the Imperial Japanese Army Air Force during World War II. Known to Allied forces by the reporting name Oscar, it was Japan's most widely produced army fighter and a key asset in the Pacific and Asian theaters. Design and development designed as a lightweight, highly maneuverable successor to the Ki-27, the Ki-43 emphasized agility over protection or firepower. Nakajima engineers incorporated a retractable landing gear and all-metal monocoque fuselage while retaining exceptionally light construction. The addition of butterfly combat flaps enhanced its famed turning ability, allowing it to outmaneuver most early Allied fighters.
The Mitsubishi J2M Raiden Thunderbolt was a Japanese single-seat land-based interceptor used by the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. Designed for high-speed, high-climb interception of enemy bombers, it became one of Japan's few purpose-built defensive fighters late in the war. The J2M was engineered by Jiro Horikoshi, also designer of the Mitsubishi A6M Zero. It featured a streamlined fuselage and powerful engine optimized for climbing quickly to bomber altitude. Although fast in level flight, over 360 miles per hour / 580 kilometers per hour, early versions suffered from cooling and reliability issues that delayed operational deployment. Operational history introduced in 1944, the Raiden saw limited combat, Aichi D3A. The Aichi D3A was a Japanese carrier-based dive bomber used by the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. Known to the Allies by the reporting name Val, it served as Japan's primary naval dive bomber in the early war years and played a pivotal role in major Pacific engagements. Key facts: the D3A combined maneuverability with excellent handling characteristics, featuring low-wing monoplane design and fixed-spatted landing gear. Powered by a 1,000-horsepower Mitsubishi Kinsei radial engine, it could reach speeds around 240 miles per hour, 385 kilometers per hour, and carry a 250-kilogram, 550-pound bomb under the fuselage, with smaller bombs under each wing. Though lightly armored, it was robust enough for repeated carrier operations.
Kawasaki Ki-61, Heian. The Kawasaki Ki-61 Heian Swallow was a World War II Japanese fighter aircraft used by the Imperial Japanese Army Air Service. Distinguished by its liquid-cooled inline engine and sleek European-inspired design, it represented a departure from Japan's typical radial engine fighters, achieving notable performance and combat success in the Pacific and China-Burma-India theaters. The Ki-61 was conceived as a fast, maneuverable interceptor to counter high-performance Allied aircraft. Its inline engine, a rarity among Japanese fighters, gave it a long, narrow fuselage and improved aerodynamic efficiency. Developed under Takeo Doi's leadership, the Heian blended European design principles, particularly those of the German Messerschmitt Bf 109, with Japanese manufacturing techniques and combat doctrine. The A6M was an all-metal, low-wing monoplane optimized for agility and long-distance flight. Its air-cooled Nakajima Sakai engine produced 940 to 1,130 horsepower, depending on model, propelling the aircraft to about 533 kilometers per hour. Two 7.7mm machine guns and two 20mm cannons armed the wings, while optional bombs or a drop tank extended its reach. Weighing under 2,500 kilograms loaded, the Zero's light structure granted superb range. Over 3,000 kilometers with external tanks. The Mitsubishi A6M Zero was a Japanese carrier-based fighter aircraft used by the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. Designed by Jiro Horikoshi for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, it combined lightweight construction, long range, and exceptional maneuverability, becoming a dominant early war fighter in the Pacific theater. The Kawasaki Ki-100 was a Japanese World War II fighter aircraft developed by the Kawasaki Aircraft Company for the Imperial Japanese Army Air Service. It was a radial-engined adaptation of the inline-powered Kawasaki Ki-61 created when supply shortages forced a design change. The Ki-100 became one of Japan's best late-war fighters due to its reliability and handling. Development: the Ki-100 emerged after Allied bombing cut off deliveries of inline engines for the Ki-61. Engineers modified the existing airframes to accept a more available Mitsubishi radial engine. The first conversions flew in early 1945, just months before Japan's surrender. This improvised solution proved remarkably successful, salvaging valuable airframes from obsolescence. Design and performance. The substitution of a radial engine shortened the nose and improved pilot visibility and aircraft balance.
The Mitsubishi Ki-46 was a Japanese twin-engine reconnaissance aircraft used by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. Known to the Allies by the code name Dyna, it was prized for its speed, range, and high-altitude performance, remaining effective even late in the war. Developed to replace the earlier Ki-15, the Ki-46 was designed for high speed and extended range to conduct strategic reconnaissance over China and the Pacific. Its sleek, streamlined airframe and twin Nakajima Ha-26 radial engines gave it outstanding aerodynamic efficiency. Later models featured more powerful engines and refined noses with improved visibility for the observer. Operational history. The Ki-46 served from 1941 through 1945 across multiple theaters, including China, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific Islands. Initially, its performance outpaced most Allied fighters, allowing it to perform deep reconnaissance missions with little risk. As the war progressed and Allied aircraft improved, Japan developed the Ki-46-3 Interceptor variant to counter high-altitude bombers.